Testing, testing. 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we live? Do we have audio? Anyone? Let us see. One, two. Hey, Tom, how's it going? Hey, thanks for subscribing to this channel. Can you hear the audio? Is everything all good? I'm going to try and turn it on my other computer here. Nice. Oh, I'm good. I'm doing good. Today is gonna be sort of the content's gonna be a little bit shorter and a little bit less informative. Mostly, I'm just doing this so I can. Okay, I'm gonna turn the audio off on this thing. It's really annoying me. This is mostly just going to be to get me used to doing one video every day. So hopefully, this will sort of get me into a rhythm. That's what I'm hoping, but we'll see. And I definitely need a different sort of hat here, but anyways, okay, so how we're going to do this is you're going to chat with me. We're going to try to have a conversation about a different or what was said in the title, and then hopefully we can get some more people going on this. Today I have two coffees. This one is Starbucks in the little cup, and in the big cup it's gold, so I should be buzzed for today. So since I said lifestyle on here, and I think it was fitness, so that'll like I said, that's grain of salt, whatever I say on it, so it's not really too much of anything for knowledge purposes. But anyways, so today I'm going, plan is to be going to, I don't usually have coffee. Yeah. Oh yeah. Energy drinks. Like, when I was back in college, I actually didn't like coffee at all. So I never drank coffee. And so because I was in college, I needed caffeine. So all I drank was energy drinks, and that really screwed me up. That was the caffeine and sugar in there. It increased my caffeine tolerance so much that I'm pretty much dependent on coffee. I'm like a coffee addict right now. So, I like the taste, and it suppresses cravings. So, at least that's sort of what I noticed is I don't have as many. It's basically a drug. It acts sort of like it. It's not. It's got some health benefits to it, right? So as long as you don't drink, I don't really think you can drink too much, but if you start just drinking 2 cups a day until you feel like you build up a tolerance to it, like anything, and so you can't really drink too much to it. And there is health benefits to it, right? Like suppressing sugar cravings and all that. So, I mean, I'd rather have a cup of coffee than, I mean, a bunch of sugar, and um, that's like pick your poison, I guess. Plus, I have it black, so it doesn't have any milk, anything in it. So that's good. You can get caffeine poisoning if you have too much. Don't eat. I'm not sure about that. Let's have that first thing. I'll look up. All right. Okay. So here's from Medicinal News Today. Caffeine poisoning. It just says, can you overdose on caffeine? Okay. It says it's very rare. Uh, oh, it also says it's related to energy drinks or caffeine supplements. Um, it's more common in children and adolescents because they're lower tolerance. All right. I wish I could speed read at this. That would make this a lot better. Um, yeah, it seems like it says that you can get it more from like caffeine tolerance or sorry, like caffeine tablets and supplements. So, which is understandable because they just like pour caffeine into there rather than coffee. Plus, you can get coffee like you can get blonde roast, you can get medium, and then you can get dark, which I usually have blonde roast because it has less taste in it and higher caffeine. But then, like if I'm feeling a sort of buzz to it, I get like medium roast and sometimes dark. Dark has like well, hardly any caffeine in it because they cook the heck out of it, but it has more taste. So I usually go for medium, and like I hardly feel too much of the caffeine unless I don't eat anything. Um, so yeah, and I'm like honestly, I drink pretty much 2 pots of coffee a day. So and my grandpa, he drinks more than I do, so it's either in my genetics that I have a high tolerance to it or I'm just like my grandpa. So which kind of sucks for the hair thing because I got the bad genetics in my family, or my one half of my family. So I mean, like my hairline's receding fast. So I'm gonna take off this cap. This thing's irritating the heck out of me. All right, so yeah, so later, bad hair day for life. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Well, once it starts to recede, like over here, like you get this dome, it's all coming off. I'm going bald. I'm not dealing with that. That's just weird. Ugh. I don't want to have a receding hairline. So plan for me today is like I'm gonna like the lifestyle part of it's like I said, my trouble with sugar that I've had is I really really enjoy it, and it's sort of like in the past I've had sort of like a sugar addiction, which apparently is normal for people. So I like if I eat a little bit of it, I just freaking consume it in mass. So I usually just like never buy it. I usually just keep it out of the house because I think the last time I had like um, on my birthday I had a cheesecake that my mom made for it, and we brought it. I brought it home because we had a bunch of it, and I thought, yeah, this will last a couple of days. No, it lasted one night. I like consumed half of a cheesecake, and that's the same with Pop Tarts. I was like, oh yeah, like they're cheap, $2 for a box. Like I'll eat like one bag every once in a while, and it'll save me money. No, that box was gone in a day. So that's sort of problem with sugar, and apparently it's quite common, which um, I didn't really know about, or well, I didn't really figure out till really recently. So people like the YouTuber who creates everyday fit. I think it's Everyday Fitness. Let me. Yeah, and Swolenormous actually, like they actually talk about how like humans have evolved to, um, when they find sweet things, they actually uh, get addicted to it quite quickly because your brain has evolved to eat that sugary food to gain fat um, for when there's no food. So then that fat will be used up when there's no food. Uh, but now that there's abundance of it and abundance of sugar, there's no time where you don't have any of that food. So, but your brain's still like that. So, anyways, so at least that makes me feel a little bit better about it. But we usually don't use sugars. We use oh yeah. I actually found sweeteners are even worse because sweeteners they don't have the calories in it, but they're way sweeter. Like I used to drink like those sweetened energy drinks. Yeah, without sugar, and I found that they actually like dulled my taste, uh, my taste buds, and I get cravings really, really easily from that. Like I like crave stuff. It just gets bad. So, but also what happens is like after a couple of days without eating it and like with a lot of coffee, it just disappears, like the cravings from that. So I'm trying to get out of those sweeteners. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, those. Um, um, so I'm trying to get away from that sugar. Um, it's just sometimes sort of hard when you go, oh, I want to eat that, and it's like stevia. Oh yeah, Stevia is one of the better ones. Because I think it mostly just comes from a plant, less from a bottle or a vial. Um, what else? Oh yeah. So yeah. So also, what's happening today is I also have to go to the gym. My trainer, he's sending me um, these. They're like training sessions online, so or on an app. So it's like it tells you sort of um, what to do, and then you do it and input like what weight you're using at how many repetitions, how many sets, and then you input that in, and then my trainer can see that, and he was like, and I only have two sessions with him a week. So yeah, that is cool. So, and he said like he doesn't really, it takes him time to make those sort of sessions, and I'm only paying for two, but he said like he'll make me one another session that I could just do myself, but I have to do it to for him to keep making me those sessions. So that'll be, so that kind of gives me a little bit of initiative to do it, right? So because I kind of feel guilty if I don't, because he's putting in the work. So if I don't put in the work, but that's also like if I'm not putting in the work, it's also cheating on myself. So what do you say? It's like that. How to get a 6-pack abs makes you do it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I do want to get to that point in time where like I do have like I want to at least have a 6-pack once in my life and keep it for a while. But I know like during like keeping it for the whole year is kind of hard. So I kind of want to at least get to that point. Summer, like I'll have it, even though, and in the winter I'll sort of I'll gain a little bit more fat, and then bulk, and then I'll lean out during the summer. And I want to sort of get into that sort of training where that's sort of my cycle. So yeah, well, most people lose them because they're so hard to have, right? Like I think you have to be like 8% body fat. So, but I used to be, first time I checked, I was about 30% I was like, okay, thanks for visiting, Tom. That was awesome. So first time I checked my body fat percentage, it was like I was 30% body fat, and so usually, and this was at Good Life, so I sort of requested one of the lifestyle changer things. This is where they put your BMI and a bunch of information into, and your age and all that into a program, and then it calculates your body age. So what I did, so I requested that, and they did that for me, and it actually said that like I was 24 at the time and I had a body of a 34-year-old. Now something like that, it like at that point in time, it like demolished me. I was like, I'm 10 years older than what I was. That's like crazy. And I was, it was depressing, but it was also eye-opening. I think stuff like that kind of comes hand in hand. So, so stuff like that. So it did sort of open me up more to the idea of personal training. So I started doing that, and it is like a lot of money, but I'm like, I need to get fit. I need to learn a lot about this. Like I'm kind of gym stupid at that time. At least now I know a little bit more about it. So I can do a lot of it some of it on my own. But yeah, some of that stuff it was not the best. So, it was not some of the best, one of the best times of my life, to say the least. So starting the personal training, I went down from 30 to 28, and then I had 28% body fat, and then I had to get off of the personal training, so I had to put it on freeze. And then when I went back on it, I went from 28 to 26 in a couple of months. So that was great, like seeing the percentage go down, but I still like wasn't at the place that I need to be, and I was still really I didn't like how I looked. I was very self conscious about how I looked, and this is why I'm doing personal training as or like at least this fitness or like exercising in general, and because I have a very sedentary life, right? Um, so now I had to put that on freeze because I lost my job, right? And I gained, right? I went from 26 and I believe I went back up to probably 28% body fat. Because when you lose your job, right, it's diminishing. It's like all your initiative goes away. I was going to the gym before and I was good, but then I was just like I had the dock times. So anyways, after that, I got when I got a job again, I went back to the personal training and that 2 weeks, 2 days a week, and yeah, now I'm at like 22%. So it seems to be going the right way. It seems it's slow because I want to build more volume and less like I don't want to build as much strength. I want to build more volume because not just for the looks, but because I learned the one thing um, that muscles do use up a lot more calories than fat does, right? So, and because I sit a lot, right? I sit a lot, and like I said, I had a very sedentary lifestyle. If I have more muscle mass, then that'll burn more calories while I'm sitting. So I figure the bigger muscles I have, the more I'll still burn more calories while I'm sitting. So that would work. That would work the best for my life rather than strength, because like I don't work in electrical anymore. Because I'd focus more on strength if I was doing electrical, because I'd have be lifting things all the time. So but now that I'm not doing that, I don't really need as much strength as I do. So muscle mass would help more. But I still want to, like, I don't want to be weak and be muscular, right? Like, well, um, so there's that. But that's sort of like just my fitness thing that I'm now that we have nobody in the chat, that's just sort of what I'm going to talk about at this point in time. And like, I'm still struggling with like the eating habits, but I'm doing a lot better than I was before, like a lot better. So that'll be a story for another time because I think I'm going to keep this short. Like I said, I got a couple more things to do today, and like the title said, this is just kind of going to be something to keep me um, for habit. Like not as much for content now that we don't have anybody in the chat. It's going to be more for um, just so I can get used to doing this every single day. Sort of like the gym, you got to get used to doing it more and more and more, and do it every week, or you're not gonna keep up with it, right? Um, so yeah, I still have to go to the gym. So I have two Good Life Fitnesses near me. I have one. Um, I think it's like 5 blocks away, and then one like 6 blocks away that way. So, and I think I'm gonna maybe grab a couple of groceries while I come back. So I might go to the further one. Um, Other than that, I got like some. I really got not much more to say about that. I think that's going to be, well, I'm going to try and put this at least to 30 minutes. Uh, I got some Instagram keys here. Okay, nothing really exciting. Somebody sent me a video, but it's like, meh. It was of a car. If you want to send me Instagram videos, that would be awesome. Also, okay. So what else I've been doing is I've been taking omega-3s because I think I've been eating too many foods with more omega-6s than omega-3s. So that's been good. Same with chicken, and eating more chicken and more beef rather than pork, because I found like the pork I was eating was like, it was like I think most of it was fat, like 60% of it was fat, like, and like 20% of it was protein. So it was like, okay, like, and that was like a pork shoulder blade. So I looked up, um, the nutrition in a pork loin, and that's like way better. That's like, it's like the opposite. It's like 60% protein, right? So I don't. That's not the real, but like the pork loin is a lot more protein than fat. So I've been having, if I'm having pork, I'm having that. Um, but yeah, it's Easter, so I mean, chocolate everywhere. I'm like a weakness for chocolate, so I'm just trying to keep that down. Wonder who that is. Oh, it's this boxing thing. So, other than that, also, what I wanted to hear from you guys is whether or not you guys would like to maybe see or follow how I'm doing with my fitness throughout the month. Maybe every week I'll sort of, I don't know quite how I'll do it. It'll be more, I might either not weigh myself, because that's sort of hard, because that includes um, your body. That includes all your mass, so like your muscles. So that might not work so well. So maybe try to find a scale that actually includes like your body fat in it, and then I'll every 2 weeks I'll use one of the body fat indexes at the gym, and I'll keep you up to date. With that, and maybe show you some of the results I have, and tell you like what I've been doing, if it works, and then tell you guys like, and then but if my body fat does go up, right, then I'll either tell you why that is, or well, I'll tell you why that is. If it's for a reason, then I'll tell you what the reason is. If it's not, like if I slept back, like sort of how I'm doing this weekend, like, well, mostly because it's Easter, but that's not really the best. Like, that's not a good reason, right? That's not a reason you should be using like a holidays, and maybe a for a meal or for a day, that'll be fine. But yeah, I'll show you guys how I'm doing. I don't think every week. Will be good. Maybe every week or 2 weeks, I think, and maybe or like if I hit a certain milestone, I might, or milestone or reverse milestone. But uh, um, I think, but like I'll just wear a tight like a tight shirt with it, sort of like I'm wearing right now, and then we can kind of go, or like a muscle shirt, right? So you can sort of see my progress from that. Yeah, I think that's probably how I'm going to do it, right? And do it through the live stream. It'll give me a little bit more of a reason to keep, like, or not a reason to keep on doing, but like sort of a accountability to do it. And hopefully it'll give some people on here a little bit of initiative to see, or initiative and sort of a little bit of help to see, just like a guy who, I used to be like, who used to be 30% body fat, more than that. I used to be more than that because I knew, like, when I looked at myself in the mirror, I was not happy. So how about somebody who looked at themselves in the mirror and was not happy with how they looked, right? So who wasn't for a really long time, even like working through electrical, right? So somebody with a little bit lower self-esteem, right? Like how it's sort of transforming how I feel about myself and how I look. And hopefully if anybody's like starts watching that who sort of feels the same way, can use that as a starting or keeping up initiative for that. What else? I'm not quite sure. That kind of, we're at 30-minute mark. Nobody's really on the chat, so I think I'm gonna leave her there. Probably not going to do anything tonight. I have to work on the animation. I'm going to be out. I have to search for another gym bag. My fish oil, like I have fish oil omega-3s, and that one of them just broke in my bag. So the bag's ruined. So and I've been washing my clothes for like the last 2 hours, and hopefully it gets out of my clothes. So I might have to be searching for new gym clothes. Let's just say. That's all I have. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully tomorrow I'll have a little bit more interesting content, maybe some Easter content because it'll be Easter Sunday. But I'm not really too knowledgeable about Easter. More about Christmas and Halloween. Halloween's my favorite time of year, so that's gonna be awesome. Also, if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments if you want me to buy some tickets to Comic-Con, because I'll go to Comic-Con, and hopefully what I can do then is I can download my videos onto or from there, or live stream, depending on if they have Wi-Fi, and then we can sort of like go through all the cool stuff, all the bad stuff, all the interesting stuff. And if you want me to dress up, I will, and you can maybe like tell me what you think. So anyways, that's it for me. I will see you tomorrow, and good day, everybody.